Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, just keep doing the right thing. And you can rest assured, keep on saying the right thing. And you can rest assured, keep on walking the right way. And you can rest assured. Paul says that at the proper time, you shall reap a harvest. In other words, he was saying to somebody, if you keep living right before God, if you keep doing the right thing, it's gonna pay off. Give somebody a high five and say, neighbor, don't you give up on God. It's gonna pay off. Folk may make fun of you, folk may not understand you, but it's going to pay off. Folk may leave you all by yourself, and they may disappoint you. They may lie on you and even stab you in the back, but it's going to pay off. Well, I reckon the sufferings of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory. I said the glory. Give somebody a high five and say it's all about the glory. Because when God shows up, it will pay off. When God manifests his glory, it will pay off. Somebody say it will. Somebody say it will. I'm on the way back to my seat. And the apostle contends that he now has the body, or he has marks in his body to bear witness to the fact that even though he went through hell, it paid off. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I've been through hell. I've had some rough times. I've had storm clouds overhead, but it's going to pay off. And I stopped by to tell somebody, if you hang in there, it's going to pay off for you too. Can I get a witness? Shout yes, Lord. Shout yes, Lord. Listen, it was understood that to bear marks in your body was a way to bring honor to the object of one's worship. If you look back at the Bible, when Elijah went up against the prophets of Baal, they marked their bodies up but to worship their God. But their God wasn't God. But Paul is saying that the marks that I bear in my body are the marks that I got because I'm serving the true and living God. Is there anybody here that's got a few marks in your body because you've been serving God? You've been serving him in spite of the suffering that you've been through. You've been serving God even though you've had some sleepless nights and you've had to endure troubles. But you kept on serving him. Somebody ought to shout, keep on serving God. I'm on my way back to my seat. Can I preach like I feel it? Somebody say, preach, preacher. Say, preach, preacher. Well, the Bible says that Paul now, he makes reference to these marks. Now, don't miss this, because this is going to bring it home for me. Paul says, I've got these marks in my body. And the transliterated meaning of the mark used in that text is transliterated the word stigmata. And the word stigmata represents a sign of ownership, such as the mark that's put on a slave. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I've been marked for life because I belong to God. Shout yes, Lord. Shout yes, Lord. Come on, give God some praise. Give him the glory. I belong to God.
If anyone should ever write my life story,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, there might be. With each Everybody help me say that ever. How many of you know Jesus is?
Jesus is
Oh, that ever happened. Jesus is.
Jesus is the best
That ever happened.
ever happened.
Jesus is.
Jesus is the best
Oh,
that
oh,
ever happened.
Jesus.
Jesus
Oh,
is
Jesus is the
thing
best thing that ever happened to me.
that ever
Oh, how many of you can say Jesus is?
Jesus
Oh, Jesus is the best thing that ever happened.